Okay, this is a brief tutorial on how to use Google Forms and GoToPage based on response for instant remediation. So I have a Google form and I put in my first question here, what is the capital of Virginia? So what I'll need to do here is click on the question and scroll down. Generally I want to make sure it's a required question. Then I'll come to these three dots here and I will click on them and I will go to section based on answer. Once I do that, you'll see that it will come up with these side arrows. Or side options. There's nothing I need to do with it right now. But what I need to do now is I need to add another section to my Google form, and as opposed to another question. Another section kind of works as having an extra page. So this button right here kind of looks like a big equal sign. Will be to add a section. So I'll click on that. That will give me another section. So this will be my, if they get it incorrect. So I will say question 1 is incorrect. So what I can do here is I could give them a capital or a clue. So I could say that the state is rich in history. I could give them a clue, or sometimes I like to give them a picture or even a video. So for example, I put in a picture, found a map of Virginia, I'll hit select. Then it will give them a map and think about how to read a map. So I've given them a couple clues there. Then I'll want to put in another section here, and that would be question 2. Now is when I need to go back and I need to make a couple of adjustments. So if I go back to my question 1, what is the capital of Virginia? If it is Richmond, which is the correct response, I will click on this and I want it to go to question 2 because Richmond is capital of Virginia, so if it's correct, I want them to continue to question 2. But if it's incorrect, which would be Roanoke, Jamestown, or Williamsburg, I would need to make sure that they go to where it says question 1 is incorrect. So I change each of these drop downs to question 1 is incorrect. And so what this is doing is if they choose Roanoke, Jamestown, or Williamsburg, it will take them to this page. If they choose Richmond, it will bypass this page and come to question 2. The last thing I need to do is down here where it says after section 2, continue to the next section. I need to click this and I need to have them to go back to the question, because after they've gotten their remediation, I want them to go back and see, oh, this is actually the correct response. So then I'll repeat this whole process for question 2. I'll put in another question. I can say, who was the first president of the USA? And I can say Jefferson, Madison, Washington, Obama. And then again, I press my add section. I say question 2 is incorrect. I can say our nation's capital is named after him. Add section. This would then be question 3. Then I need to go back up here, turn on my go to section based on answer. Jefferson is incorrect, so I would say go to question 2 is incorrect. That's incorrect. Question 3 is Washington is the correct answer, and Obama is not the correct answer. And then the last thing I need to do is send this back to question 2 to try again, and then so on and so forth. The last thing, once I have my final question in there, I do need to add one extra section that's blank. And so let's say after question 3 they are correct, I would just want to change this to submit form. That would make sure that it allows them to submit their thing. So that was a quick overview of how to use GoToPage based on response to use some instant remediation. So then to see this in action, I'll preview it. So what is the capital of Virginia? I'll say Roanoke. It will say next. Gives me the remediation. I press next. It forces me back to that question. I can say Richmond. Now it's going to put me to the president question. I'll say Obama. Next, it'll give me my little remediation. I'll hit Washington. It'll take me to next. And then if question 3 was correct here, I would press submit. All right, that's all you need to know. So good luck with that.